So, is everybody ready? Let us begin. How'd you feel? That was pretty impressive.
I really enjoyed it, and everyone was really close as well, and I was really sweating, and I felt, thinking, ooh, sweaty cow. No, it was good. I was really good in rehearsals, and then nerves got the better of me, and I got all froggy. But I enjoyed it.
Does it make it harder when you're playing these really small, intimate gigs?
You know what? I'm nervous at any performance.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you sort of warm up after the first couple and then the nerves go?
Oh yeah, usually it takes a couple to get into it.
Okay.
That's my excuse anyway.
Some of those versions, will you be playing those on the tour?
Possibly. I mean, we're still working on the set for the tour, so we're not absolutely sure exactly what we're going to be doing yet.
Okay. And the single...
Are we far enough away from each other?
We are quite far. In fact, you're supposed to be in that corner, and I'm actually supposed to be in this corner. So this is how it's actually supposed to be.
Right, should we do that then? Should we do as I'm told?
The single, Here It Comes Again, is out today.
Yay!
Does it seem to have come around quickly?
I don't know. In a way, yes. I think I always thought that because the album's out in 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks, 10th of March, and I thought there was loads of time after the single to the album, and there's not. So that's coming really quickly. But after I've been dying to get this music out because I started writing in November 2001, and from day one it just started going really, really well. In fact, Here It Comes Again was one of the first songs that I wrote with Marius de Vries. And so since that day I've been gagging to get it out, and it's finally something out there.
And you lot all bought it, I presume, today?
Yeah.
Good.
I haven't got it yet. I'm going to get it.
Okay. And you said the album Reason in 2 weeks. Are you apprehensive? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm very excited. I'm quite nervous as well. Quite nervous. Yeah, because you just don't know. Everyone who's heard it so far, and journalists and people have said really nice things, which is quite surprising, isn't it? But but it's getting great reviews everywhere. But at the end of the day, it's the fans that really count. So hopefully they'll enjoy it too.
I guess some people might think it's easier to come back after you've already had a multi-platinum selling album. They think, oh, you must be easier the second time round. Is that the case?
I don't know. Gosh, I really don't know. I think with the first album, I was quite naive because I'd just come out of the whole Spice Girls thing, and I was just, my feet hadn't touched the ground. I just went out there, and luckily it was very successful. But I think now I've had more time to think about things and think about, if it didn't do well, what would I do? But I'm sure it will. Yeah,
plenty of time. Can you tell us a little bit about what the single's actually about? Here It Comes Again. What is that about?
Okay. Here It Comes Again. Well, here, what comes again? Well, it's talking about love. It's a celebration of love, and it's like that feeling, that rush that comes over you, or when your knees go weak or something, or just something that makes you feel very comforted. So that is what is coming again. And the verses are, it's in the verse I'm singing to a lover, don't worry, everything's going to be fine, and I'm always going to be here for you. But sometimes when I'm singing it, if I'm feeling a bit sad, I sing it to myself. So I think it can be quite an empowering song, when you just sing it to yourself, don't worry, it's going to be all right. That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Winnie the Pooh whistling a little tune. Well, not quite like that. No, it's not like that at all.
No, it's not like that.
The video is very cinematic, it's very big, it's very bold, it's very exciting. But where are those people running to?
They're running to the desert.
Oh, okay. And then where? I got that bit. And when do they go?
What happens is we all run to the desert, and then we watch the beautiful sunset, and then we have a party.
Oh, cool.
It's a coming together of people.
Okay. Right, I've been told. I was listening to the album earlier on, and it felt it was quite stripped down feel. It's like on Reason itself, it's mainly just you and a piano. Was that intentional to get a sort of...
It was actually something that I thought about when I was writing some of the songs, and then definitely when we went into production, because with the last record I did so much touring, and I love it, but with the last record a lot of it was really difficult to do live because there'd been so much done in the studio. So this time I wanted to keep it quite you know, have a live feeling, you know, lots of real instruments, which were on the last record, but just, you know, less produced feel, just a bit more simple. Simplicity. I think everything's overcomplicated these days. I think it's nice to just get back to basics.
No, definitely. And there's a lot of single-sounding songs on there.
Single-sounding songs?
Yes, managed to get that one out. So why did you decide to come up with Here It Comes Again as the first one over the others? Because there are a lot on there that you could release.
You know, I always do it. I did it with Going Down last time, and for some reason, when I'm working in the studio, if we're working on a song, there's just one that says, you know, pick me, I want to be the first single. And you can't not listen to your songs, do you know what I mean? So it just happened like that, really. And I think in some ways it's probably not the obvious choice, but you know, I'm comfortable, I'm happy. For me, it's what I wanted to be the first single.
Yeah, the track that you played, the second track you played there.
Yes, positive. Oh no.
Yeah.
Positively Somewhere.
I'm Positively Somewhere.
Not butchered, yeah.
That sounds very much like it could be a single.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, you know, that's really important when I'm making records. I never want to do albums that have fillers. You know, you get a lot of bands and they've got like great singles and then the rest of it's crap. You'll never get that with me.
No.
Promise.
And there's a line in there where you're falling down the freeway. And I was wondering if that was written specifically for the American market, or am I being too cynical?
Yeah, you are being cynical. I've never written for a specific market. I mean, it would be great to break America. It would be fantastic. But, you know, I just write the music that I'm comfortable writing. I don't aim at any particular age group or, you know, it's just my music.
Yeah, it sounds like it would go
Sounds
down.
better than Motorway, doesn't it? I'm falling down the motorway.
Yeah, totally. Okay, as always, we've had thousands of questions come in for you. We're not going to do...
You're exaggerating.
I'm not actually not. I'm not. We're not going to do all of them. We're going to do a selection that have been coming in. Okay, so from Brian Ingram, hi Mel, I love your music and I can't wait for your new gig. I wanted to ask you, which was more exciting, producing the first Spice Girls album, your first solo album, or this new album?
Wow, that is a very good question. Wow, that's very difficult to answer because, you know, obviously the first album I ever did was so exciting because I'd never done it before. But I think this album is very special to me because everything that's happened to me with the Spice Girls and going out solo on my own, I've had a lot of personal things to overcome as well, and this almost feels like a new beginning for me, and I'm very excited about the future. So I think I'll say Reason is the most exciting record I've worked on in my career. Doesn't sound like an old pro. It's my 5th album. We don't mention the 3rd one though, do we?
Okay, what is your favourite song in this album, and what are you inspired in that album? And what, that doesn't make sense, but what's the inspiration?
Okay.
Yes, that's Harold.
Favourite song is very difficult because there's many different, different feels on the record, but I'd say probably Reason. You said it's a very simple track. It's just me, piano and some strings, and it's a very personal song, and that's definitely a favourite. And inspired, well, lots of things inspire me. Other artists, music, the world around me, like personal things that happen to me. So I think everything in your life that affects you can be an inspiration.
I remember speaking to you before, and you were saying that the album was influenced, or at least you were listening to, where was it? I quote back from my research.
Yes.
I can't find it. Oh, I think it was Papa
Coldplay.
Roach. Papa Roach, Coldplay, Nora Jones. That's what you said.
Yeah, lots of things like that, but it's not as if, I'm not really new metal or, I'm not like any of them, but just, all of them go in and come out.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
They certainly do. I know you probably won't want to talk about this, and we'll be looking to talk about the solo stuff, but please dish the dirt about Victoria's last Monday. Who said what? Was it nice being together? Craig McKenzie.
Unfortunately, I really wish I could be controversial, but there is no dirt to dish. We basically got together, we had a bit of dinner, and just caught up, really. And it was nice being together, and it was a bit strange at first, because we'd not been all together for ages. But it was nice, and it was, it was nothing to write home about. It was just, it's just nice.
Would that be something that you would consider at some future event?
What would consider?
Well, the possible chance
talking about a reunion. No, I don't think so. It's not it's not something that I'm interested in. But I don't like to say never, do you know what I mean? Because you never know what's going to happen. But the way I feel at the moment, I'm so happy being a solo artist, and I'm very comfortable doing this. And I mean, you know, doing that up there, that is like a dream, you know, fulfilled. The Spice Girls was amazing at the time, but now I feel personally like I've moved on to better things. I may not sell as many records as the Spice Girls, but I'm more fulfilled as an artist.
And again, I quote you just before Christmas. I get it all.
Yeah, I know.
You said you couldn't imagine not being the lead singer. So
I don't want someone else nicking my lines.
okay, well I think that rounds that one up.
Yes.
Hello Melanie, how is Reason different from Northern Star? Did you succeed the impossible task of making it better than Northern Star?
Well, wow, thank you very much.
From Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, that's an interesting name. Yeah, gosh, why is it different? I think, you know, what we were talking about earlier, just trying to keep the production nice and simple so it's great when we go out live. Again, you know, many influences, it's quite diverse, a few different musical styles. I think it's probably a word people have used, I might have nicked it off you actually, is cohesive. Said that's a good word. So I nicked it. And yeah, you know, I just think that, I think although it has, you know, varied musical styles, it's in more of one direction. Describing things, it's so rubbish, isn't it? It's just music, you have to go into it. But yeah, so that, I think it's, and a little bit more mature, because I'm a bit older, because I'm cracking on now, so. And it is better than Northern Star, so I've been told. But I love Northern Star, but you know, I love Reason too.
So you have succeeded the impossible task of making it better.
Well, that's for everybody else to judge, but in my heart, I think we have succeeded. And that's what I want to continue to do throughout my career. If I'm lucky enough to continue making records, I just want to keep improving and improving and improving, which is something you can do in music because there's always something new to learn.
Cool. Crazy Butterfly says, are you planning on touring the US anytime soon? Well,
I would like to. I'd love to tour the US. No plans at the moment. It really depends how things go over there, and I'm just wait and see, really. But the record company are very keen on, you know, taking the record over to America, so we'll just have to see what happens.
And that is a question that we get from, it's like you get thousands of questions going, are you coming to Bolivia? Are you coming to Zimbabwe?
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and get to as many places as I can. And with the last record, we toured extensively. We were in Europe. We were in Europe, the UK, and we went to Russia, we went to the Middle East, we went to Southeast Asia, we did a gig in Australia, Japan, America, you know, we did a lot. But there were lots of places we also missed out, like South America. And so my priority is, of course, to go to all the places where people want me, but to definitely go to the places that we didn't get to last time.
And is there any one place that you really want to go to that you haven't
I really want to go to South America because I know I've got a lot of fans over there, and they're very passionate, and I've never had the chance to go over and play live, never with the Spice Girls, never on my own, so that's top of my list.
Cool. I heard Wonderland, I've missed one out. What other songs on Reason do you plan to release as a single? Wish You the Best in the World from Pedro.
Okay, I think at the moment, I mean, we haven't fully decided on what we want to release yet, but I think On the Horizon would be a great single. Positively Somewhere would be another great single. I'd like Reason to be a single at some point. What else is on there? But then there's Melt, a song I did with Guy Chambers, which would be a fantastic single. And I'm probably missing some great ones out, but there's definitely, as you said, quite a good choice, good selection.
Okay, I heard Wonderland is going to be on the Japanese version of Reason, but not on the UK version. Is this true? And if so, why? And that's from Alan Logan.
Okay, well, when you release things in Japan, I think I'm right in saying they always want an extra track. They always want another one. They're greedy. They just want something different. I don't know why. But for me, I mean, Wonderland was on the album. There was 13 tracks, but it was a little bit too long, the album. And it's a shame because I love Wonderland. But in the whole running order of the whole album, because it's like a little story, you know, how one connects to the other. And that was probably, you know, that was unfortunately the one that had to go.
Wonderland was connecting between...
Well, it was like, because all the songs on the album, you know, it makes a story. But if there's one that doesn't quite fit in with everything else, because it's quite dark, Wonderland, because the album's very, very positive. and Wonderland is probably a bit more of a dark style. So that will be released, so it'll be a B-side or an extra track somewhere, definitely. Got great B-sides, because we did, like, when we were writing, we wrote 40 tracks, and, you know, there's 12 on the album, and so every B-side and extra track is going to be, you know, it's going to be great.
On the album, it strikes me it's a very positive vibe on it. It also feels like it's somebody who's full of quite a lot of love. Would that be true?
Might be. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very happy at the moment, and, you know, I'm very lucky. I've got a wonderful family and great friends and a lovely boyfriend. So yes, I've got lots of love in my life.
Cool. I just wanted to get that right. Gemma Clark says, which song are you looking forward to singing most on the tour? Will all the songs be 100% live? Love you loads. Love Spice Freak.
Okay. Happy birthday on the 19th of Feb.
Oh no,
the 16th of Feb. What am I looking forward to singing the most? Well, Here It Comes Again is a lot of fun to sing. Gosh, all of them. It's nice doing the old songs because I've done them so much. They're quite easy. Well, they're not easy, but they're easier. But the new stuff's really hard. But probably Here It Comes Again.
And it must be fun, like the version you did of Going Down. It's like it's so not what people would be expecting, I guess, from the live thing. Is that fun to do?
That is really. I love working acoustically because it's such a different feel. And something like Going Down. I mean, when we first went out on tour, and we did used to do a little acoustic encore, and we did Going Down, and it's great because we used to do it like electric in the live part of the show, and then when we did it acoustic, and the difference is really fun.
Is there any one song that you sung live that you thought, this is the moment?
I used to really enjoy singing Why live because it's very dramatic and I'm a bit of a drama queen, so I think I really got into that one. And I fell flat on my arse one time, it was really funny. We were in Manchester and it was a wicked gig and I was getting all dead dramatic and we had monitors at the front and my lead went round it, and as I went back I kind of yanked myself like that and landed flat on my arse. And I had a mic pack in my pocket and I had a big bruise on my bum. And I felt an idiot, but it was good. It was a good moment.
Did anyone come and help you up?
No, I just had to get up and hang my head in shame.
Why have you decided that the Pictures of Reason and the single were black and white without colour? And that's from Yeri.
We know what black and white is. I don't know, just because they look good. I don't know, do they look alright? I think it looks quite cool, that's why. I think, I don't know. Just did it. There's no answer to that, is there?
There's got to be more, there's got to be.
It's not, it's just the photo shoot we did colour and black and white, and the black and white shots turned out better, so that's it.
There is a classier feel, isn't there, with black and white?
So, yeah.
Okay, according from what I knew, you've recorded about 40 songs, but there are only 12 songs on the album. I take it you know Elvin?
Yeah.
Close friend.
Elvin Ho.
Why you only put 12 songs on the album instead of putting as much as possible? Okay, so why do you cut it down from all those songs?
Because I believe, there are a lot of artists that do put loads of tracks on, and I find it boring. Do you know what I mean? I feel, some artists have like 17 and 20 tracks on an album, and I like an album to be like 45 minutes long, I know where to stand, I can go out for a run, by the time I get back, I've done 45 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So I just think that's... enough. I've got a short attention span, I don't want anything any longer than that.
Okay, just had a quick idea. We got a microphone. I thought we might ask some of this lot if they want to ask some questions. Is there anybody that would like to ask a question? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to ask you a question. Put your hand up if you've got a question for Melanie C, and we'll get to you. Come on, Debbie, very good down the front here. Can you tell us your name and what your question is, please?
Hi, my name's Becky, and I just wanted to, it's more of a comment than a question. Just wanted to say, obviously, you've worked very hard and you're looking fantastic at the moment. And you look brilliant in your new video. How does it feel to stick it to the press?
Gosh, you know what? I don't really care about the press, and I'm very happy that things are working out for me. But the press are irrelevant, really. And I hate all the comments, whether they say I'm looking good or bad. I don't want to hear any of it, because the thing is, when they say you're looking good, it's like you know that the other one's coming shortly. Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's just leave it. But anyway, thank you very much.
Good question, like it. Do you have any other questions on the floor? Oh, okay, right back to the front.
My name's Caroline, I'm from Wolfiston.
Do you feel more attached to Reason than you do with Northern Star or any of your Spice Girls albums?
Ooh. You know what? I'm very attached to Northern Star and Reason. I mean, I'm attached to the Spice Girls albums too, but I suppose, you know, in the Spice Girls I was like 1 of 5 or 1 of 4. So it's a little bit less of you, isn't it? You know, but these two, the 2 solo records, are very close to my heart.
Any other questions before we move? Okay, yeah, we've got another question here.
Hello, Mel. Cheeky question.
Oh
How do
dear.
you choose who goes in your videos and how can we be in it?
Okay, that's not cheeky. Do you know what? It has absolutely nothing to do with me, and that's terrible, isn't it? Because obviously I choose a video director along with like some people at the record company and stuff, and they just cast people. So you know we have a general idea of what we're looking for, but they're all kids from casting agencies. So, and if you look at people's videos, you often see the same people in everyone's videos. So I watch videos and go, oh, she was in my video. But yeah, so they do, so they're whores. So you should do it. You should do it so there's more variety.
What was your name?
Elaine.
Elaine. So I guess what we're saying to Elaine is that you need to get yourself along
Yeah.
to a casting agency.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sure
how
it'd
to
be
do
quite
it.
easy. Just go along
Yeah.
and you'll be in the next video, I'm sure. Sure, Melanie. Yeah. Any more questions before we move on to the finishing of the web questions? Okay, right. Let's move on then. Oh, they're such a shy bunch, aren't they?
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Melanie, do you follow any formulas when you get producers' lyrics and music for a new project? Do you feel what you sing? That's 2 questions. You don't have to answer both of those. It's up to you. That's
Okay.
Jose.
Do you follow? Well, I never really follow a formula. There's lots of different ways, because I work with lots of different people, lots of collaborators, and everybody works in a slightly different way. So my favourite way to work, which is the way I work with Rick Knowles and Guy Chambers and Rhett Lawrence and quite a lot of the writers, is a very basic beginning to a song, and you'll sit either round the piano or with a guitar, play a few chords, start humming melodies, get lyrical ideas, and the song comes, you know, very naturally like that. Whereas other writers and producers work very much on the track, and then, you know, you take the track away and then you write a song over the track. So they're both really fun to do, and it keeps it interesting, and you never really repeat yourself. So there's not any formula. I just like to go in the studio. I mean, I don't even think about it too much. I like to go in the studio and just, you know, express how I'm feeling on that day. Whatever comes out, comes out. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's rubbish. But, you know, you'd have to get through the rubbish stuff to get to the good stuff. And do you really feel what you sing? Yeah, I do actually. I always, even though sometimes when songs that I'm singing are not relevant to my mood, I make them relevant. I can't explain what I mean, but you know when you split up with someone and every song you hear on the radio is relevant. Hey, I can't believe it. Every single song is like saying the story what happened to me, and it's not. It's totally not. But you're just making it relevant, and I kind of do that. So it's like with Here It Comes Again. You know, I'll be singing to my boyfriend, but then on other days I'll sing it to myself. So just make it fit.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
I think so.
Yeah, good.
Hi Mel, if you could be a pop star during any era in time, which would it be? And that's from Elias.
I would have liked to have been a pop star in the 60s, so you could have met the Beatles, and you know, all around that time it would have been very exciting.
Yeah, and you'd have been well in with the McCartneys and that, wouldn't you? Coming
part of
from the
Liverpool scene,
Liverpool and all that.
Yeah, me and Cilla Black. Yeah, I think the 60s were a very exciting time for music, and a very exciting time in Liverpool actually. And my parents grew up in Liverpool in the 60s, and they went to the Cavern and everything. And when people ask me, would you like to go back in any period of time, and it would be then Liverpool in the 60s, and Merseybeat and all that time.
Have you ever been back to gone to the Cavern and all that, just to retrace it all?
I've been back to the Cavern, but it's not the same place anymore. It's across the road now.
Oh, okay.
But I've been in. Me and my mum went in the daytime. It was just after George Harrison had died, and they had a book open, and you could just write little thoughts and things in it. So that was quite nice.
Did you write something in it?
I did. I can't remember what I wrote, but it was something like, you know, thanks for the music, George. Something like that.
Fair play. Hey Melanie, do you have any lucky charms or anything that you bring
Oh, we
with
love
you
charms.
when you perform to comfort you? From Jamie Hannigan.
Well, I used to be very superstitious. I'm not as superstitious anymore. I do have lucky knickers, which I've not got on today. But I am wearing some. But I've got this thing about red trainers. Do they look dead big? No, they're all right. Because you know when you wear shoes like this and you feel like your feet look massive. But no, on the last tour I wore red Pumas for the whole tour. And these are my new tour trainers. This is the first time I've worn them. So red shoes.
Is this the first live performance you've done?
No, I've done a couple. No, it's my second, I think, is it? I've forgotten.
Okay, just wondered. Music sales were down dramatically last year in the UK. Do you think this is down to music piracy or poor quality music being churned out by record companies? And are you worried about this? By David Griffiths.
You know, I do think it is a shame that record sales have dropped because, of course, you know, in the times that How Did the Spice Girls, we broke lots of records and sold loads of albums, and now it's like it's really difficult to shift them. And I do think a lot of it is down to piracy. And as soon as this is live on the web, it is really crap. You know, don't do it. Because so many people suffer. It's not just the artist, it's not just a record company, it's like everybody right down along the line. People, you know, engineers, musicians, everybody suffers from music piracy. So, you know, you should buy the product legally. And quite possibly, you know, there is a lot of rubbish music at the moment. But you know what? There's always rubbish music. There's always great stuff and rubbish stuff. And it's a matter of opinion because, you know, because people like it because they're buying it.
And what people think is rubbish here and now may not later on, and so on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to discuss that one, but I don't want to anymore. Very feel silly. Hey, Melanie, what's your favourite? Oh, no, we've done that one. That one's crept in twice. Melanie, how hard is it going to be to choose which Northern Star songs to use on the new tour? Okay, you've kind of answered that. Are you going to go into Australia?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Australia. In fact, we're looking at Australia at the end of the year, actually. We're hoping to get down there.
Okay, these are more tour questions. This Valentine's Day, my boyfriend gave me a Valentine's Day card signed by you. It was the best present ever. What's the best present you have been given? And that's from
I'm trying
Stan.
to remember. I do sign cards sometimes because people ask me to sign birthday cards and things. What's the best present I've been given? Oh my God. I don't know. I can't think. That's a difficult question.
Did you get anything for Valentine's Day this year?
I did. I got a lovely picture frame. That was very funny. I got a nice little plant, actually. It was like little baby roses. So that was very nice.
No, so you probably won't get any more every year now. You'll just say, well, they're growing, aren't
Yeah,
they? They're growing. They're
yeah,
still there.
yeah.
The roses are still there.
Yeah.
How did working with the legend Guy Chambers come about? And that's Helen Manley.
Well, Guy had approached me actually quite a while ago to work together, and we just never got round to it. And you know, I think he's a great writer and he's a great guy as well. After meeting him and working with him, so I was really pleased that we finally found time in our busy schedules to get together.
What's he like as a bloke?
He's great. Do you know why I like him? Because his birthday's on the same day as mine,
Which is?
12th of January.
Oh, right.
So we're both cool Capricorns.
Okay, I don't know anything about stars.
No, he's really nice, and he's got a studio in Primrose Hill, which is really close to my house, so that's ace.
Okay. It's very important. Is it very important for you to get a #1 single? Yeah, Here It Comes Again. Does it matter?
You know what? I would love to be #1. It would be wicked, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm hoping top 10. I'm hoping for.
Okay. And do they matter, the chart positions?
I mean, I think they do because I'm very ambitious and I want to do well, and it would be great to get #1. But I think my main ambition at the moment is to get #1 with the album, because I've never had a solo record at #1 in the UK, and I hope Reason can do it.
Yeah, and I guess that's more important. It's sort of more because it's everything, isn't it? The album.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Okay. Love the idea for the new video on your website. Do you have a DVD with all your videos from Northern Star? I'd love to have it. And that's from Jenny. Keep on rocking.
Actually, I haven't got any DVDs out at the moment. But I mean, I don't know about a video DVD, but I'd love to do a live DVD if anybody's interested in buying one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make some money. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. What do you do or buy if you want to spoil yourself? Love you, and that's from Standish.
Oh, I don't know if I want to spoil myself. Oh God, I don't know. I like to buy nice products, you know, like for in your bath and stuff. I bought this stuff for the bath the other day, and I didn't look at how much it was, right? And it's Elemis stuff. I got it in Space NK or somewhere posh. And I bought it, and I went home and I glugged a load of it in my bath, and then I saw the price on the bottom. It was 35 quid. So that was a luxury.
A bubble bath.
Yeah, bubble bath.
Yeah, that is a luxury.
Tell you what, actually the other day as well, I bought these incense sticks, and I thought, should I get 2 packets? No, just get one. And then I went to the till, they were 18 quid for incense, and I thought, God, I'm glad I didn't get 2 packets, it would have cost me nearly 40 quid for 2 packets of incense.
Maybe it had mystical qualities.
Yeah, you want to have.
Okay, just time for these last one here. Will there be further tour dates this later in the year? Because this one seems a little brief. It's Kevin.
Yes. Yeah, actually, this is a little introduction to the record, and it's a little tour. But we'll definitely be touring again. But there's lots of places to tour. We're going to go into Europe in the summer. So hopefully we'll do some festivals in the summer as well.
Okay. Well, we have to round it up now. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have. Thank you very, very much for coming in and playing live.
you.
That was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for taking the questions from the floor and from the web. And
Literally.
and we hope to see you again.
Yeah.
Melanie C.